On this all-new episode of Primetime Panthers, we sit down with two of the newest Florida Panthers, who just happen to be brothers.
I think, Jesper's definitely a better skater than me. Puck handling, stuff like that. Obviously, my backboard skating's probably better than yours.
way better, yeah.
And we get an in-depth look at the special jerseys featured at Pink in the Rink.
I am known for doing butterflies, and I was inspired to make butterflies a staple within my artwork because it's a symbol that's important to my family.
Plus, a special one-on-one with Kenyatta Royal, who shares her story ahead of an important night at Amarant Bank Arena.
Tonight is a triumph for me. It just reminds me that there's still something to celebrate.
All of that and more this week on Primetime Panthers. Primetime Panthers is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Welcome into an all-new episode of Primetime Panthers. I'm your host, Katie Engelson. Last week, the Florida Panthers' four-game road trip came to a close in Columbus, Ohio, and it was a special night for both the Blue Jackets and the National Hockey League as a whole as they honor the life and legacy of former star winger Johnny Gaudreau. The two teams paid tribute to Gaudreau with a very touching pre-game ceremony. So often when we talk about a game, it's all about hockey. It's all about the importance of getting 2 points. But tonight, so much bigger than that, as we also remember the life and legacy of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau.
The impact that he had on and off the ice, the closeness that he had with his brother Matthew, the closeness that he had with his whole family, his parents, his sisters, how he was with his children, his young family. This is way over hockey.
An emotional night here at Nationwide Arena. Both Columbus and Florida came out to warm-ups wearing number 13 jerseys, and the Panthers showed up to Nationwide Arena tonight carrying purple Gatorade and Skittles, two of Johnny's favorite things.
With the love for the game, for the fans, and for their family, Johnny and Matthew's impact on the hockey community has been felt on and off the ice for many years. And tonight, we are here to remember the life and legacy of Johnny Gaudreau. Their sisters, Kristen and Katie, and their parents, Guy and Jane. And now please join us as we welcome to the ice Johnny's brother-in-law, Eddie, Johnny's wife, Meredith, and their children, Noah and Johnny. Tonight, we ask you to stand if you are able and cheer as we raise a banner in his memory and for the legacy of number 13.
It's a tough night. I mean, what their family's gone through is just, it's unthinkable, and it's an emotional night for the hockey world. So glad I can be here and honor his legacy.
And I saw Meredith and the kids and, you know, my old teammates out there. It was pretty hard, actually.
Our sport is different, right? I think because of how challenging it can be, you build incredible bonds in the room. When something like this happens, you just need everybody around you to be a part of your lives. I'm glad it's us here tonight.
It's pretty remarkable what he did, especially in Calgary, just from the moment he got there. I was there for, 6 years with him, and the impact he had on the city, how much he was truly loved in that city was, it was remarkable. I mean, he couldn't go anywhere without getting stopped and asked for pictures, and he always obliged. He was just such a good guy. So I think just his impact, even away from hockey, was remarkable. So he's definitely going to be dearly missed.
I think they did a beautiful ceremony. Johnny is one of the best teammates I've ever had, and he's an amazing human being, and he's gonna be missed.
The Blue Jackets are starting this game with only two forwards. They're leaving that wing spot. That would be Johnny Gaudreau's empty. start this hockey game against the Panthers.
Drop the puck. 13 seconds. What a moment. Off the clock for Johnny Gaudreau.
It was tough, you know, because you always got to focus on the game, but I think that was second hand today. I think they did a great job. Columbus, you know, they're battling and playing good hockey as well.
It's so hard to play that game if you are 100% focused with all the speed of it, the chaos of it, the physicality of it. It was a very difficult game for our team to play and theirs. And I think the Blue Jackets played their butts out today.
Time for our first break on Primetime Panthers. Coming up next, we sit down with the Bo Bros to discuss what it's like playing on the same team together.
Probably everything we dreamed of, like you said, playing floorball and stuff back home in our basement, and now being here together is pretty crazy, but it's a lot of fun for sure.
Keep it locked. Primetime Panthers will be right back. Welcome back to Primetime Panthers.
That night in Columbus was special for Adam Boqvist, who spent 3 seasons with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now Adam is a member of the Florida Panthers, where he's teaming up with his brother Jesper. The two are teammates in the NHL for the very first time, and we had the chance to sit down with both of them.
Panthers trying to respond. Samoskevich put it in front, score! They do respond. It's Jesper Boqvist with his first as a Panther.
You grew up playing hockey together in your basement in Sweden, and now you are sitting here as teammates in the National Hockey League. How does this compare?
Probably everything we dreamed of, like you said, playing floorball and stuff back home in our basement, and now being here together is pretty crazy, but it's a lot of fun for sure. We're like driving together to the rink every day, and like, you know, we never get to spend this much time in the season, so it's really nice, and it's a lot of fun to have him here and me here as well. So it's like we can push each other and all that stuff. So it's great.
You mentioned pushing each other. How do you guys motivate one another to become better?
Being here together does itself a little bit too, right? Like you want to be at your best every day, and then like keep growing too. And I feel like it's helped so far that both are here, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, I think just because we know each other so well, so I think after like a game in the car on the way home, you like kind of know if you had a good game or a less good game. You know how to talk to one another. But I think, yeah, just overall, it's nice to just help each other out and stuff like that. So.
How would you guys compare your skill sets to one another?
I think Jesper's definitely a better skater than me, and then puck handling, stuff like that. You know, especially he's a forward, gets the puck in the middle a lot and wants to carry the puck. And I think obviously my backward skating is probably better than yours. Way better, yeah.
Drop pass, and it goes to Marchenko, and now the Blue Jackets have a 3-on-1, sticked away by Adam Boqvist.
For Adam too, pretty good skater too, and moved the puck so well, and I feel like every pass is accurate, and how he moves at the blue line and stuff is pretty cool to watch. So it's something I love to watch too.
Adam Boqvist, nice little move, nice little spin. Boqvist carries to the net, puts it in front, stopped.
Take us back to growing up in Sweden and playing hockey in your basement as kids. What was that like, and who would win the majority of the time?
I'd say you would win the most, like when we were younger, but then when I came up in age, I think I took over that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's won yet down there, so no, but playing down there, tried to be someone in the NHL already and hit each other and all that. So yeah. We would put up a mattress by the board so we can, or like the wall, so we could hit each other, and always have our neighbors over. They would always leave first though. So. But yeah, it's been a long way here, but it's really nice to be here.
And lastly, just what has been the best part of these last few months when you look back on it, and maybe a favorite memory that you can share?
Maybe like the first game.
I think like the first day too, just them being here already was a little bit weird, but
Yeah.
such a good feeling though, like coming into a new spot and already have someone that you know so well here was a great feeling, and then obviously like all the games, just walking down the tunnel together, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you guys so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Time for another break here on Primetime Panthers. Coming up next, we sit down with General Manager Bill Zito to discuss Pink in the Rink.
It's a celebration of support and thanks for the caregivers, the doctors, the nurses, the loved ones.
Plus, a one-on-one with Kenyetta Royal, who shares her amazing story.
I was nervous at the same time because I was thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna leave my kids, but defeat was not an option.
Don't go anywhere. Primetime Panthers will be right back. Welcome back to Primetime Panthers. This past Saturday marked an important day for the Florida Panthers organization. The day kicked off at Amerant Bank Arena, where the American Cancer Society's Making Strides of Broward Walk took place. The event raised over $850,000 to help support breast cancer research, education, and advocacy initiatives. Panthers General Manager and President of Hockey Operations, Bill Zito, served as the honorary chair of the walk. We got a chance to sit down with Bill to discuss the importance of the day.
Tell us a little bit about what this game specifically means to you.
To me, ironically, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of support and thanks for the caregivers, the doctors, the nurses, the loved ones who help the people stricken with cancer, particularly breast cancer tonight. My wife and my sister had breast cancer. My mom had other cancers. I don't know how many people you've encountered in your life who perhaps lost somebody to breast cancer years ago, who made the comment, well, if they had been diagnosed today, they probably would have made it. So there is progress. It's real. It's real. So it becomes a night to unify people in the battle to eradicate this sickness. But in doing it, I think it brings people together, and it's very special.
And it's really special because, you don't just talk the talk, you actually walk the walk, and quite literally, because you were able to do a walk that goes towards breast cancer. So tell me a little bit about this walk you were part of.
So the American Cancer Society sponsors the Strides Walk.
Yes.
I was blessed to be asked to participate and help in the effort. And it's literally the community coming together and walking and sharing stories and making friendships and saying hi and supporting. And I know that there were people there going through treatment, and they're the heroes. They're the people for whom the community said, you know what, we love you, and we want to help you, and we respect that you're fighting, and we're doing it for you, for me. Men get breast cancer, right? For my children, for your children. All the work we do, all the funds we try to raise, when we channel them to these wonderful, talented, smart people, they will win the fight. It's just a matter of time.
Beat cancer! How have you seen just the overall support evolve over the years within the Florida Panthers organization?
Our organization and the Viola family have been so ardent in their support of not just me, but our team, our players, our organization. It doesn't matter who it is, to get out and to help and to lend the resources of our organization to charitable causes across Broward County and South Florida. It's a great feeling to know that you're supported by so many people, and that we can use these tools and these opportunities to help others. We're so lucky to be part of it and to try to use our resources to help. And hey, if we help one person, it was worth it.
To cap the day, the Panthers hosted their third annual Pink in the Rink night in conjunction with Baptist Health Cancer Care and the Promise Fund. The team hosted breast cancer survivors and those recently diagnosed with the disease on the ice prior to the game and shared a pink rose to represent hope, strength, and love. We sat down with one of the survivors in attendance, Kenyetta Royal, whose decorated past as a U.S. Army veteran and now Palm Beach police officer led to her being selected as the hero of the night.
10 years in the Army, and then you're now serving as a police officer in Miami.
Yes.
Walk me through a little bit of your journey serving our country.
So I enlisted, I was 16, getting ready to turn 17. I knew I wanted to give back to my country, and I knew that I wanted to make a life for myself and just be that generation. My father was also in the Army, so I wanted to just keep that tradition going on. And when I got out, I still saw a need for military personnel. So that is why I joined the police force with the Department of Veteran Affairs in Miami.
And you're able to continue to serve.
Yes.
So beautiful to see how you give back and
Yes,
continue to give back and protect us and your own family
Yes,
as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And another part of your story that's very intricate, of course, is tonight you're also honored as being a breast cancer survivor, which is a huge part of your journey.
A blessing.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So I was actually on duty when I felt the lump, and I just knew that something was wrong. But the medical professionals at the VA hospital in Miami, they were swift, they were fast, the nurses were wonderful. Some of them were breast cancer survivors. So I was nervous at the same time because I was thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna leave my kids, but defeat was not an option. And they worked around the clock to make sure, my late chief, Steve Elliott, he did everything to make sure that the family was taken care of, my department, Suarez, Soto, they are crazy, but I love them to death. And they did everything to make sure that I got the help that I needed and the medical assistance. It was a journey. It was tough, but it was worth it.
And now, please welcome tonight's hero among us, veteran and breast cancer survivor, Specialist Kenyatta Royal, United States Army. Thank you for your service and dedication to our country.
As a survivor.
Yes.
How incredible is tonight for you?
Tonight is a triumph for me. It just reminds me that there's still something to celebrate, you know? And after you beat breast cancer, you think, oh, the journey is over, and it's never over. You know, there are others that are still just discovering that they're diagnosed, and they feel hopeless, they feel lost. But some things like this just reminds me to tell them, stop, don't give up. It's gonna be hard, family, they're not gonna know what to say to you, but it's okay, you know, just keep fighting. Do not give up. We're not gonna let this defeat us. And I'm so honored that I'm here to celebrate and say, look, you could, you know, you don't look like what you've been through. So that's just where I'm at.
We're so happy to have you guys tonight. Enjoy the
so
game.
much.
And Cynthia, we gotta end with you. Can you give us a big go Cats?
Say, go Cats.
Go Cats. Go Cats.
Time for one final break here on Primetime Panthers. Coming up next, we get a detailed look at the special Pink in the Rink jerseys. Don't go anywhere. Primetime Panthers will be right back.
Welcome back to Primetime Panthers. I'm Katie Engelson. The Florida Panthers held their annual Pink in the Rink night this past Saturday, and it was a resounding success. I'm sure you've seen the jerseys by now, but they were absolutely beautiful, and we had a chance to catch up with the artists behind those jerseys and talk about the inspiration.
Tonight, of course, is the Pink in the Rink night. What does this night mean to you?
It means a lot of things. Mostly, it's a huge validation of my career as an artist and my pursuit of my dream as an artist. It makes me feel really validated and inspired to continue my journey with my art.
You got to have a personal touch on the Pink in the Rink night. You are the artist, the designer behind actually what you're repping right now. Tell me, what was your inspiration behind this design?
Well, when I was contacted about the opportunity, I immediately thought about my mom, who battles cancer currently, and I used her as my inspiration for this design. And she's honestly my inspiration every day for everything. I focused on her persistence and her resilience and her fight against cancer, as well as just every day trying to be the best mom that she can. She's my inspiration for everything.
Has she seen the jersey?
Yes.
What were her thoughts?
She loves it. She loves everything I do.
Proud mom, typical proud mom.
Yes, yeah.
Well, we love the design too, not just your mom.
Thank
it
you,
is
thank
incredible.
you.
And I love it because there's so many details within it. I mean, you have the butterflies, of course, the Pink Panther, you have hopeful on the side as well. Speak to me a little bit about the specific unique details of the jersey.
I am known for doing butterflies. It's something I started doing almost 10 years ago. And I was inspired to make butterflies a staple within my artwork because it's a symbol that's important to my family. My grandfather lost 4 family members in a flood when he was in his 40s, and he went to a church to ask for a sign to keep moving, to keep going forward, to not give up, and a butterfly flew into the church and landed on the altar, and that was his sign. So since then it's become a really special symbol for my grandfather, for him and my grandmother, for our family, for me. In my work, I love to focus on nature. The Florida Panther is one of the coolest things in nature, so I really wanted to obviously showcase that in a situation that represents not letting anything hold you back, breaking barriers, believing in yourself, and keep moving forward no matter what.
What are you hoping that the Florida Panthers fans and players and staff and coaches see when they see this pink jersey?
I hope they see something unique, something a little different that they don't often see, in hockey or with the Panthers. I hope they see something inspiring and exciting, to see their team in a new, different way for a moment, and just be able to draw more meaning and purpose out of these familiar symbols that we see every day.
What does that mean to you to finally see all your hard work, your prep, your planning come to fruition in this night?
It's really super validating, as an artist, pursuing any type of dream is not easy, but moments like this make all the doubt and all the moments of struggle really worth it.
That's going to do it for this episode of Primetime Panthers. Don't worry though, we'll be back next week with all new content as the Florida Panthers prep for their trip to Finland. We'll see you next time right here on Scripps Sports.
Primetime Panthers has been presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.